Pakistan has been witnessing several atrocities. Its citizens have been protesting, its governments have been changing, but little do the people know what's actually going on behind the scenes. Did you know that Pakistan managed to get a bailout from the IMF amid this crisis? I'm sure some of you do. But do you know how Pakistan actually secured this bailout? Well, a report from The Intercept says that earlier this year, Pakistan made secret arms sales to the US to facilitate the bailout package. The arms were reportedly supplied to the Ukrainian military in return for the bailout. And this marks Pakistan's involvement in supporting Ukraine over Russia. And it also raises a series of questions, like where did the bailout money go? Did the public receive any relief as a result of that fund? How did the arms sale actually help Pakistan get the bailout fund? Let's get to the details. According to the report, in May, Pakistan and US officials met in Washington, D.C. They discussed how the weapons sales to Ukraine could help Pakistan's financial position. You see, the arms sale was worth $900 million, and that would help cover the $2 billion monetary gap required by the IMF. Now, this may not come as a surprise, as Pakistan has been a useful supporter of the US and its allies. The US might have simply repaid Pakistan with the IMF loan. The report says that the emergency loan has allowed Pakistan to reduce an economic catastrophe. And it's also interesting to note that last year, the US had encouraged a no-confidence vote against former Prime Minister Imran Khan, as per reports. The reports say that the State Department was unhappy with Pakistan and called Pakistan's stance over the Ukraine war aggressively neutral under Khan's government. And that said, the US denies any involvement in Pakistan's democracy. US officials, in fact, say, and I'm quoting, "We do not let propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation get in the way of any bilateral relationship, including our valued relationship with Pakistan." Now, whether it be due to Imran Khan's ouster or not, the US made sure that Pakistan gets its IMF loan deal. Let's remind you, to successfully get the loan, Pakistan had to meet certain financing and refinancing targets to its debt and foreign investment. What was the IMF target? The target was set at $6 billion. Pakistan's government claimed that it had nearly secured $4 billion from the Gulf countries. It seems the secret $900 million arms deal helped Pakistan achieve its goal. And what came as a blessing was the IMF surprise announcement. Only a day before the deal was about to expire, the IMF said that instead of extending the previous series of loans and the next $1.1 billion investment, the bank will enter a new agreement called a standby arrangement. What is a standby arrangement, you ask? In simple terms, it's an arrangement that has fewer strings attached. It has more favorable terms and is valued at $3 billion. What was the catch here? The agreement essentially says that first, the currency should be allowed to circulate freely. Second, all energy subsidies should be withdrawn. What this basically meant was that the citizens would need to pay skyrocketing energy prices. Pakistan did not think twice and approved the conditions. The government also increased the cost of energy by nearly 50%. So while members of the IMF and the US State Department rejected the allegations, reports showing that some American lawmakers had said something to the contrary. Take the case of Maryland Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen. He said, and I'm quoting, "The United States has been very instrumental in making sure that the IMF came forward with its emergency economic relief." And by the way, this was not the first time that Pakistan provided arms to Ukraine. Reports say that the Ukrainian army has received several consignments of military equipment from Pakistan. Some of these consignments had Pakistani rockets. Which rockets? The most lethal ones. I'm talking about the Yarmouk Ejifrag rockets. These are unguided surface-to-surface rockets developed by the Pakistan Ordnance Factories. They can go to a maximum distance of 20 kilometers with a maximum flight time of 78 seconds and a muzzle velocity of 400 meters per second. The reality is that Pakistan is cash-strapped. So by secretly arming Ukraine with the help of the US, is Pakistan trying to raise its forex reserves? And will supplying weapons to the US be Pakistan's way out of the rut? One thing is clear, America's secret relations with Pakistan have now been exposed. And how will the US react to all of this? WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.